Hi, I'm Kat and welcome to my vegan experiment. If this is your first time here, I talk about all things veganism, conservation, sustainability, and scuba diving. So if that's stuff you're into, please feel free to subscribe and, hit the like button. I also have a website with plenty of epic resources you can check out. But let's get into today's video. So, as you guys probably know, it has been Plastic-Free July for the past month. Woo for Plastic-Free July. 3.4 million people participated this year, and that's just the registered people, from 177 countries. Now, the difference of picking plastic-free options for a month for this many people surely had an impact on the economy, on supermarkets, and seeing that their package-free, plastic-free produce and items were being bought at much greater rates than the packaged ones, the plastic ones. So, epic job to all of you guys who participated. We can do this. Of course, we need to all work together to decrease the amount of plastic in our oceans. There's going to be more plastic than fish in the ocean by the year 2040 now. I heard a new statistic that it was 2040. Not sure. We'll include exact stats down below. Now, this is terrifying. We're already seeing the enormous plastic issues happening from beaches from Bali to India. We're seeing the effects on our local wildlife as well as the marine animals. I'm here working as a scuba diving instructor in the Comoros. Luckily, the plastic issue here isn't as bad as many places in the world, but even such an untouched, small, little tidbit of the world has plastic coming in from currents all over the world. So amongst all this, victory of going plastic-free and so many people taking the pledge, we, of course, have ways to knock us back down. So today is August 1st. Plastic-Free July is over, and along with it is Kohl's plastic bag ban. So about 4 weeks ago, I actually made a video about how so many people were angry at the bag ban in Woolworths, and they were screaming at cashiers. Check that video out up here. And it was embarrassing. I lived in Australia for 5 years. I consider it my home. I just got my permanent residency. Love it so much. But after living in France and many other places in the world, I was shocked to see that they still had plastic bags given freely at cash registers. So when they said, as of July 1st, there is no more plastic bags that are going to be used, I was so excited. Yes, there were thicker bags which were being used, and it's still not ideal, and Kohl's was making money off it, and Woolworths was making money off of it. But the thing is, people still could have made the decision, or it was pushing them to make the decision to bring their own reusable bags to shop. As we know, something like 1 trillion plastic bags are used every single year, and they don't biodegrade, so they're either hanging out in a landfill or in the ocean. Either way, they're breaking down, entering the natural world, polluting it, entering the food chains, the ecosystems, getting into the stomachs of fish, bigger fish, and eventually ending up on people's plates. So just another reason why we shouldn't be eating fish. I digress. Kohl's decided that it is, quote, too difficult, and it has been proven to be too, for people to bring their own bags. So they've decided to switch back to giving out free plastic bags. Although I think it's the thicker ones now. Either way, free plastic bags are back at Kohl's after 1 month of supposed really hard times for all the customers and consumers. Now, this is an extremely painful thing to think about, because I can't imagine not caring about our planet. It is our home, and for anyone who says, I don't care, or my convenience is more important, I just find it shocking. Convenience is the #1 enemy to our planet. Why did we pick plastic bags and plastic bottles, and why did plastic become so prevalent in today's society? It's because it's easy, cheap, convenient. And that's what we have to be moving away from. We have to go back to our roots, see how our grandparents did things. We have to reduce the amount of stuff we buy. We have to repair things, reuse them, actually find new purposes for them. Just be more, conscious of what we use. We don't need the amount of stuff that a lot of pop culture kind of pushes into our brain. We don't need it. I mean, I moved to this tiny little desert island and I just had 1 suitcase for 8 months, and really I have everything I need. I did get a few new dresses representing Comoros, so it's upsetting that that they've gone back to giving out the free bags, and it's upsetting that the reason is people's laziness, because that's what it comes down to. If you can't think ahead to take a bag into your car and then bring it to the shops with you, you are just being lazy. I don't care what any other excuse is out there. There is absolutely no reason to be using single-use plastic bags. But what about, you know, dog poopy bags and reusing it as bin liners? Well, you can still reuse them as bin liners. I'm sure you still have hundreds left over from the many years when they were free. As dog poopy bags, they have now actually created biodegradable ones that they're offering on a lot of beaches, as well as you can invest in that or use a leaf. I don't know. There are alternatives. And for people who say it's too expensive, well, I am sure you can upcycle one of your old t-shirts and make a bag. You can make a few bags, you can ask your friends, there's plenty of totes around, you can go to free events, they give out free tote bags, I'm sure. Go to second-hand shop, thrift stores. There are so many ways you can get bags which are cheap and much more eco-friendly and reusable. At the end of the day, you can reuse these hundreds of times, while the plastic bag is really a one-time thing. Just uploading this today, filmed it today and everything. I'd love to hear your guys' opinions. Some really great discussions happened on my last video, so please let me know your thoughts down below. Do you think Kohl's has a point and that they didn't leave enough time to adjust to the plastic bag ban, even though apparently there were signs everywhere for months in advance? Or do you think people are being extremely lazy? Do you think there's hope that the bag ban will come into play again, or do you think hope is lost? Any which way, please let me know down below. I think every little helps, and if we work together we can definitely make a difference. If you are curious to know about some of my projects, which include plastic cleanups, feel free to check it down. Support me on Patreon. We organize big cleanups here. We're learning how to properly process it, collect it, and then eventually reuse it, upcycle it. So a lot of epic projects happening over here. But yeah, my name is Kat. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next week.